Alright, YouTubers. I'm down here in my workshop. Yeah, it's messy as hell, but yeah, with this storm coming up, right now I got my Predator generator prepped, ready to rock and roll, brush oil, the whole 9 yards, and my cats are down here. And I use this, I can run this one, believe it or not. I got an LG 12,000 BTU air conditioner, and it's got the soft startup on it, and I think it pulls around 315 watts, 400 watts, something like that. I'm not quite sure. Can't remember, but I got a video of it, of starting it up on low, and then once the compressor kicks in, then you can run it up on high, and you can run it all day long until you run out of fuel. And it hovers around 315, 320 on high, somewhere around there. Sometimes it spikes a little bit. I don't know what causes that, but yeah, I'm getting ready for this storm we're coming. I hope we don't get anywhere near it. But I just want to show you my Predator. I got pretty much everything really all prepped, ready to go. I got plenty of fuel. Well, I got enough fuel to run me 40 hours. 40 hours on the generator and 40 hours on my diesel heater in case the electric goes out. And then hopefully after 40 hours we got some type of power that I can drive. All of our vehicles are fueled up, full, and everything. But why I went with this one instead of one of the inverter ones, this just makes more sense. Come on, baby, get out of the way. The inverter ones, if you're going to be running sensitive equipment like laptops, stuff like that, I did not get this generator to run a freaking laptop in an emergency situation. I got power inverters that I can hook up and do the same thing at half the cost of what those inverters cost. There's anywhere from $100 to $300 price difference between your normal generators and your inverters. So keep that in mind. But I really like this one. I haven't had any problems out of it. It starts up on first, second pull. And got some really useful features. You know, you got your volt meter up there telling you there, and your breaker settings and all that stuff. But yeah, let's keep this quick here. I'm doing a test on my inverter, or my diesel heater, running on a 35 amp hour solar battery, which, you know, I'm really into the solar stuff and the green energy, but in reality, the stuff they're telling you on TV about going green and everything, that's a total crock of shit. It truly is. I mean, I'll do another video showing you at $500 what you can actually power going green, and since it's at $500, you're going to power a light bulb, you're going to power maybe your computer with an inverter that's got the pure shine wave in it so you don't fry it because sensitive electronics, and that's about it. And you know, that's, you know, during sunlight. At night, solar is useless. So yeah, that green deal crap is just that. It's a grift, and I hope people wake up to it. We're not there yet to where we can go totally off the grid of fossil fuels to solar or wind, because that crap's a joke. But anyhow, sorry with that rant there. It just gets me so worked up. But yeah, this is ready to go. The storm's supposed to hit Friday. Right now we're Wednesday, getting ready to roll over into Thursday when it's actually supposed to start coming down. I guess the first phase is supposed to be freezing rain, and then Friday the temperature is supposed to drop down to around the -7 or 7 degrees, somewhere around there. Snow flurries. From the weather, AccuWeather, it doesn't look like we're supposed to get that much snow, but I mean 4 inches of snow is still 4 inches of snow. And then it's just supposed to be really, really cold. So yeah, hopefully I got everything prepped. I got plenty of water, plenty of food that we don't have to cook on a stove or anything like that. Now this here will run an air conditioner, my LG, and my refrigerator. I tested them. Refrigerator taxes a little bit. So during the summertime when we had power outage and I used this, I used a 5,000 watt BTU air conditioner instead of the 12,000 with our normal full-size refrigerator and freezer, and they both ran fine with a light bulb running an LED 60 watt bulb in it. Didn't have any problem out of it. Not at all. So, alright, Yeah, and I'm not even going to tell you the run times because I didn't mark them down. It just all depends on how much power you're drawing. But this thing runs, I'd say on average at 50% load, probably 9 hours on, I think it's a gallon tank or a 1.3 gallon tank, something like that. It's really fuel efficient. I'm really happy with it for what I paid for it. It was under, I think it was around $400 or something like that. This is the cheapest one you can get, but yeah. Alright guys, thanks. Alright YouTubers, here's what it is outside right now with that pending storm heading our way. And I'm hoping this, my little weather station is accurate. It's 32 degrees outside right now. And time's 11:14. So, yeah, so let's go check on the diesel heater. It's been running since 8 o'clock. I'm not going to count the 14 or 15 minutes after that because I try to keep it on even numbers or half numbers. You know, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, something like that, so I can judge the fuel and kind of come up with some type of, in my mind, mathematical equation how long it's going to run. But yeah, this is what it is right now outside. Alright, thanks. Okay, so now the time it's been running, we're at 58.5, 58, let's say 58 degrees. A little cooler there. A little cooler there. So that ain't too awful bad. The other rooms are about the same. Here's my diesel heater. So, oh, and it's about 182. Now that's its lowest setting that it's set on. It's running right now strictly off a battery and nothing else. I do use the battery tender on the first startup till it comes up to temperature. So, but right now I'm running it on a cold start, and I'll show you what my numbers I got there from when I first got it on setting it up on the 15th till the 21st, and then tonight being the 21st, what I started at and where we're at now. But for just room temperatures, I mean, 58.6, 61 there. We're going to the other room. 55. Now, when I looked at my AccuMeter, which measures my outside temperature and also measures my inside temperature, so it's definitely warming this place up pretty good, almost 30 degrees. So here's what I got. So when I first, excuse my hobo thing here. So when I first set this up on 12/15/2022, and I was working, so each night I'd come in and try to run it, you know, at different times. I had 2 hours, a 2.5, 2.0, a 3.5, a 3.5, a 3.5, for a total of 17 hours on H-01, which is its lowest setting, and the coldest night was 23 degrees. That was last night before midnight on the 20th. It turned to 12:21, so it's 12:20, it's 23 degrees. At 3.5 hours at 12 volts, at 3.5 hours it came down to 12.72 volts. And on the original startup, when I first did the test, it was just the battery only. I did not have the charger right here on it until it came up to temperature. I started at cold, and I had the same volts here when I first had the battery fully charged. When I first did my first initial test, the battery read 13.07 volts from the entire time it started up until it mellowed out and the battery, you know, readjusted. And then after 2 hours on that first start, I didn't measure that one. That was when I first set it up. On this one here, at 2.5 hours, from a 13.07, I dropped down to a 12.73. Now, on that one there, that was my bad because I forgot to re-zero the little cheap aims there. You got to take once you turn it to volts, you got to put the red and positive together until the digital display zeroes out to either 0 or 1. It's got a 2% error or 2.001% error. I forgot about that. So that one was kind of flubby, but this one was correct. So once I remembered to do that, when I first started up on that battery, ran it for the 2 hours, I was at 2.77. 3.5 hours, I went to 12.72, and then you can see all down. And then for the total time from the 15th to the 21st, I got 17 hours. And when I shut it off, right here was where the fuel line was still at. Now, it wasn't fully full. When I first started, right here is where it was at. The actual fill line would be about right here, right where this crease in the metal is. That's when it's going to be actually full. You don't want to have it all the way come up to here because you have that bended cap. But this thing, I got to say, is pretty daggone fuel efficient on low setting. I haven't tried it on high yet because we've got that storm coming in, and that's why I'm going to cut this test kind of short now, where I'm running it just purely on the battery only, no putting the charger on it or anything. I just want to see what we're going to be at. I was wanting to go to 4 hours, but I'm kind of worried. I'm going to get up early enough tomorrow and go top up all my fuel cans and everything like that. But yeah, this is what I got from 12:15 to 12:21, running this thing between 2 hours to 3 hours. So, alright guys, I hope this might have helped anyone out. It's not really scientific. This storm has got me kind of worried. But I did another little one here. Here's one that started at 8. At 10:30 p.m. I was at 12.84 volts. And I'll recheck it. I can't do it while I'm holding the camera. But yeah, here's the numbers again of what I got. Just running a couple hours. Now, I'd get better fuel efficiency if I was running it non-stop, because when it starts up until it gets up to temperature, it's burning a lot more fuel than when it's at temperature than at idle, or not idle, but you know what I'm saying, it's burning more efficiently. And so I think I would have got better time, but I think where I cut it off at the 3.5 at that lowest one right here, I think I probably could have got almost 22, maybe 23 hours out of this on the I think it's a 1.3 gallon tank, and that's pretty good. Now that's on low setting, and you know, here's what it is at low setting of what it's putting out on heat wise. So yeah, it's 186, 178, you know, it's kind of bouncing around. But either way, that's pretty good. And it really does heat my 4 rooms down here. You know, they're 20 by 20 rooms. Now I got fans. I'm not going to show you my fans to help distribute the heat. You all know what a fan is. But I got this with my generator and everything in case, you know, this storm is as bad as they're saying. I can migrate everything upstairs, me, the wife, our cats, seal off the downstairs. My basement is really good insulated, so I don't got to worry about heat for my pipes freezing. Because last year or the year before that, when it was like in the negative 20s and stuff, my basement never went below 40 degrees. And I don't even have no heat down there. They're buried down there pretty good and insulated pretty good. So yeah, I just want to show you this little Chinese heater. It is doing pretty good. And here, I got it set in auto mode. You can see that there. And yeah. Alright guys, I hope this helped, and I hope this storm is a nothing burger. I pray for anyone that's in areas that don't have means to alternate power and stuff. I pray for you. So alright guys, have a good one. Thank you. Alright, I just shut it off. It's going down to its ramp down speed. Here's what I come up with at 11:30. I started at 8, so 8, 9, 10, 11. So 3.5 hours. There's from 10:30 12.84, 11:30, 12.77 at 3.5 hours. And you really can't see, it didn't really burn that much more fuel. You can see that marking there. So, yeah, I know my mathematical or my little test thing here isn't really scientific or anything, and I put the charger back on the battery, charge it up just so I got a full battery in case the electric does go out. But I got the generator. So yeah, guys, I'm really liking this little heater. It's pretty fuel efficiency on low setting. I haven't done a high setting. I really wanted to do that one, but once I found out that storm was coming in this way, I wanted to save as much fuel. Like I said, I'm getting up really early tomorrow, topping off all my fuel cans, so I should have enough fuel to run my generator for 40 hours and this diesel heater hopefully for more than 40 hours. I got two 5-gallon cans for diesel, so that's 10 gallons, and two 5-gallon cans of gas for the generator, so that's 10 gallons. The generator is supposed to run 9 hours or more at 50% load. So hopefully, like I said, this is a nothing burger and we just get a few inches of snow and that's it. Alright guys, thanks.